Hey there programmers! Welcome to TechHaki. This is Mona, and in this video we're going to discuss about variables and data types. So what is a variable? Imagine you have a box where you can store something like numbers, words, or even characters. So that's exactly what a variable does. A variable is a name storage location in memory where you can store data. Also, the value stored in a variable can vary or change during the program execution. So let's declare a variable and store 20 in it. So A is the variable, that is, let's say A is the box, and we are storing the value 20 in it. Now, if we print it, so let's write our program first, that is hash include io.h int main. So inside this, let's declare our variable 20. When we print it, printf %d. So I'll tell you about this in a while. For now, let's just print this, okay? Save. ./a.exe, and here it is, 20. Now, as I've said that a variable, the value of a variable can vary or change. So now if we say a is equal to 21, or let's say a is 16. So now hit the save, GCC, run the program, and now it's 16 here. So this is how the value of a variable changes. Now let's say declaring a variable. So we have to keep in mind certain rules when declaring a variable. Rules for declaring a variable. So what are these actually? The green ones, these are called comments. And what the compiler does during the compilation process is that it compiles everything except the comments. So the comments are ignored. All the comments in the C program are ignored. For writing single line comments, we use these 2 slashes. And for writing multi-line comments, like all of these are comments, okay? So writing for multi-line comments, we use these. Now the rules, the first one is a variable name must start with a letter or an underscore. Next, a variable name can only contain letters, digits, or an underscore. Also, variables in C program are sensitive. And for the fourth one, no spaces allowed in between. So what does these rules mean? So first, our variable, a variable name must start with a letter or underscore. So if we want to name a variable, say int a is equals 20. So here our variable name is starting with an a, okay, which is a letter. Also we could start it with an underscore, but when we do start it with a digit, here we get this red line. So it means this is an error, we cannot do this. But we can use an underscore, or we can start with a letter. The variable name, the second one, what it says, a variable name can only contain letters, digits, or an underscore. What this means is that we could name a variable anything like this, or this or this. But what we have to keep in mind is that our variable name must start with a letter or an underscore. We can't start a variable name with a digit. Also, our variable name must contain only letters, digits, and underscore. And when naming a variable, we cannot use spaces in between. So if we use this, we'll get an error. What the third one says is that variables in C program are case sensitive. So this one A, let's say we name another variable, capital A is equals 201. So both are A, but one is small a and another is a capital A. So both these variables are treated differently as C is a case sensitive programming language. Hope you understood the variables. Next we have data types. So let's just comment this out, these two. Now, what are data types? So what are data types? Data types in C define the type of data a variable can store. So what this data type do is, these variables, okay, so this int we are writing in front of A is the variable name, 20 is the value. So what is this int? This int is the data type of this variable A. So according to our definition, what are data types? That is, data types define the type of data that can be stored in a variable. So some commonly used data types are int, float, character, char, and double. So int data type stores integer value like a equals 20. The float data type stores floating point numbers like decimal point numbers like 2.3 or 3.4 or anything like that. The char data type stores characters. Char C equals A. These are the types of values it stores like A, C, D, Z, or any of the letters or characters. The double data type, what it stores is decimal point numbers with higher precision, 2.34567 or 84. So these are the data types. Now if you want to print them, let's write our program. Include int main. Let's copy, paste it here. Now let's say we want to display these values in our terminal. For that, we'll use, for integer value, we'll use %d, comma, and the name of our variable is a. So a. This is what we are doing to print our value 20 or to display our value 20 in the terminal. We need to use this %d and the name of the variable that we want to display. Next, printf floating point number %f. For floating point we use %f, comma, and the variable name is f. Next we have char data type character %c. For the character we use %c and the name of the variable c. Finally, the last one, double value. For double we use lf. The name of the variable is d and then return 0. Save it. Okay, run here. So this is the integer value 20, floating point number here. See, our actual floating point number is 2.3, but here it is printed 2.300000. So if you want to print like up to only 2 digits, 30, so we have to do here dot 2f. What this dot 2f will do is it will print the data or display the data only up to 2 decimal places. Okay, it's kind of messy right now, so if we want to make it a little bit cleaner, we can use the \n in all of these, take them to the next line, and hit the save, and here it is. This is a integer, a floating point number, character, and double value. So there's one more important thing that you need to know. Suppose you declared a variable int p, and then you didn't assign any value to this variable. So when you try to print this, printf p %d, let's see what happens. Here it is, 420080. What is it? Like, we haven't assigned anything to p, but yet it is printing this. So this is a garbage value. So in the memory location, it's not like if we didn't assign it any value, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have a value. So there are garbage values in it, like which have no meaning. So if we print the variable without even assigning anything to it, still something gets printed and it's a garbage value. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this quick tutorial, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more tech content. See you in the next one.